Slapped.
Did you play with these rad toys from the 80s? Ah, the glorious 80s. Your mum had a perm, your dad had a marvelous mustache, and you were wearing parachute pants while playing with your toys in the living room. From Ghostbusters to Transformers, join us as we take a look at the most rad toys from the 1980s. Number 7. Mad Balls. Mad Balls were a series of toy rubber balls that were popular in the mid-80s. They came in various characters, with each ball having its own little story and personality. Some of the most memorable balls were Screaming Mimi, a baseball with a goofy grin and enormous tongue, Hornhead, a horned cyclops, Dustbrain was a mummy, and no joke, there was one called Crackhead, which was later renamed Bashbrain for obvious reasons. Mad Balls became so popular that they made an animated series along with comics and even a video game. Number 6. Voltron. Voltron was a popular animated series in the mid-80s that spawned a collection of toys. The story followed 5 young pilots that flew around space in robot lions solving mysteries. When threatened by enemies, they could combine into Voltron, a massive robot that would save the day every episode. From a marketing standpoint, the toy line was genius. As a kid, if you wanted to play with Voltron, you had to hound your parents to buy all 5 characters, which were all pretty much out of the same mold. Number 5. Dino Riders. Riding dinosaurs and shooting lasers, what more could you ever want? This was the recipe for success for the Tyco-produced Dino Riders product line. The toys were launched in conjunction with a short 14-episode animated series, which was pretty much a giant commercial to sell more toys. Basically, the story followed 2 factions battling it out for supremacy, the good Valorians and the evil Rulons. The twist came when somehow they were sent back in time to the age of dinosaurs. The Valorians managed to befriend the prehistoric animals, while the sinister Rulons used brainwashing devices to dominate the beasts. Naturally, both factions attached lasers and missile launchers to their newly tamed pets, making for some epic lounge room toy battles. Pew pew pew! Number 4. The Real Ghostbusters. This was a series of toys based off the cartoon The Real Ghostbusters, which of course was subsequently based off the movies Ghostbusters 1 and 2. The prefix "The Real" was added to the title after a dispute with production company Filmation about their rights to the Ghostbusters name, after they had developed a live-action show in the 70s well before the films had ever been made. It was all mostly legal nonsense. All you need to know was that a kick-ass line of toys was released that saw Venkman and the gang shooting slime and busting ghosts. You could get a range of ghosts that appeared in the series, including the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man and Slimer, along with these finger puppet ghosts that looked like plastic offcuts of other more important toys. Ah, the 80s, when cheap plastic crap was the norm and no one cared about the environment. Number 3. G.I. Joe. These guys were an 80s toy staple and were found stuffed down the sides of couches the world over. The initial action figure line, created by Hasbro, represented the 4 branches of the US Armed Forces: Army, Navy, Air Force and Marine Corps. Though the first toy line was released in the 60s, it wasn't until they relaunched in the early 80s with the sleeker 3 3/4 inch models that they really boomed. The new collection came complete with vehicles, playsets, and interesting backstories that saw G.I. Joe pitted against the evil Cobra Command. Each figurine had specific skills and expertise in weapons, explosives, and martial arts. Number 2. The Nintendo Entertainment System. It just wouldn't be fair conjuring up memories of toys from the 80s without mentioning the Nintendo Entertainment System. With its mighty 8-bit processing power, the NES took the 80s by storm and had kids and adults alike bug-eyed and glued to screens. It was responsible for reviving the video games industry after the 1983 video games crash. It launched household icons like Mario, Link and Donkey Kong, and helped pave the way for technological innovation. It blistered our hands and captured our imaginations, and rightfully so earns a spot amongst the greatest toys of all time. Number 1. Transformers. If you grew up in the 80s, there's a huge chance you have fond memories of waging epic wars between the Autobots and Decepticons. Having the figurines all sprawled on the floor, Cheese Toasty nearby, preparing Optimus Prime for the ultimate duel against Megatron. There they all were, set up, ready for battle, everything was just right, the mood was tense. Then finally they charged at one another, fully prepared to die for their factions, and just before they clashed, everything paused. While you sat there for about 25 minutes figuring out their bloody lengthy and complex transformations. Does this go here? No. What about... No, that's not quite right. Maybe the leg flips back. Oh, Mom, I can't figure this out. It would appear that many people have fond memories of Transformers from the 80s, with some willing to part with serious cash for a chance to relive their childhoods. In 2007, a boxed collection of 275 Transformers sold on eBay for a staggering $1 million. That's one pricey stroll down memory lane. Question time. If you could create a toy, any toy at all, what would it look like? What would it do? Get creative and leave your comments below, and the best responses will be featured in next week's video. What a marvelous stroll down memory lane. As always, thanks heaps for watching. Remember to give that like button a click, share this around on social media with all your friends, it really helps us out. If you haven't already, why not subscribe? We release new content each and every week. And this is the SlappedHam signing off.